Hey YouTube. Sorry, I'm driving. So I just got my PHP Hydra tuner in, and I was going to unbox it in front of you guys, and we'll take a look at it and install it and all that other fun stuff. So just kind of a little short forward. I'm sorry you're gonna have to suffer through this, but I've been looking at chips for a while for my 99.73 Ford, and it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do, just because there's two things to consider when you're buying a tuner for your truck. One of those things being price. It's, for some people, $500-600 for a chip isn't that terrible. For other people, like, you gotta save for a while. So the first obviously is cost, and the second being you don't want to detonate your motor. And especially if you got, stock stuff. My 99 Ford has, it's got an exhaust and an intake on it, and really that's it. So I just wanted something that bumped up the power a little bit without getting ridiculous. But I also wanted to not grenade my motor or ruin my turbocharger in the process. And so anyways, I was just kind of trying to figure out like what exactly would be best, and I went through DP tuning, and I went through Banks for a 6-gun unit, and Edge and Bully Dog and everybody else, and this is the one I was most comfortable buying. The reviews on it are pretty stellar, and I'm not doing anything ridiculous. I think I'll max do 100 horse tune on it, but I mean they've got like 120 and 140 and stuff, and it's there's no reason to run that hard. So I'm most interested in the tow tunes. I've got a friend who has an Excursion that's the same year, and he got about 2 miles to the gallon more with this tuner on his truck, running on like a 65 or an 80 horse economy tuner. So we'll just see how this goes. I'll kind of walk you through the process, and I've never done it, so it doesn't look like it's too terrible. So I will get back to my house, and we will crack this bad boy open and take a look at the parts and pieces and things for it. We'll put it in. All right, guys, here we go. Can you see it okay? Can you see it okay? Okay. All right, I've got my 8-year-old helping me right now. So let's crack open this box and see what we get. Some instructions. Here's the chip itself. Let's take a look-see at it real quick. That is it, guys. That is all she wrote. So put that back in the bag so I don't drop it. Here's a controller. It's kind of fat. It's not horrible, but just you're up and you're down on your tunes. And in the box, they give you a brass brush just to clean off the contacts on your PCM. They gave you a little sticker, and they give you a scouring pad for after you clean off the contacts. You need to brush them really well with this. And you have to be careful when you're doing that, because you need to get all the silicone off those contacts, because if you do not, it will cause a no-start condition in your truck. So there's that, and then this is the programming cable, the USB cable, and the stock ribbon cable for the controller. I think the ribbon cable is 3 feet long. The great thing about the PHP Hydra is that you take this and plug it into the chip, and after the chip's installed, just kind of tuck this underneath your dash, and you can just throw tunes at it from your laptop computer as you want to. PHP says that you have their full catalog of CAN tunes, which is a tune that will work on a stock vehicle, stock injectors, everything else. So there's that. But when I ordered that, I'm gonna locate my remote in a different area. And so I actually got a hold of Full Force Diesel, and I ordered another ribbon cable from them, and this one is 8 feet long. I believe with shipping, this was about 30 bucks. It cost 10 bucks to ship it, and it still took 2 weeks to get here. So anyways, that was kind of drag, but it's here now. And so we're gonna go kind of walk you through the process of taking the chip out, and we'll get it cleaned up. Or taking the ECM out, I'm sorry. We'll get it cleaned up. We'll do some installing and see how she does. All right, guys. Try and get this thing out. This is a pain in the butt, man. I guess it's been in there for 20 years. I need to put the phone down and try and get this out. Hey, guys. I got it out. That was a pain in the butt. Anyways, so we've got to slide it out of this sleeve here. Let's take it back inside because it's 17 degrees right now. I don't want to work in this in the heat, so we'll go back inside. Right, guys, just got the PCM out of the truck. Mine had been in there for 20 years, and so it was kind of wet in there. But anyways, just take the computer out of the housing. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to undo these 6 screws in the casing here, okay? And then when you get the entire thing apart, this black plastic plug, this is what's going to come out, and your chip will sit inside that, okay? Now, I would caution you guys, this is a computer, okay? I would discharge any static or any electricity you have accumulated on you from a seat or whatever, because these parts of these things run on millivolts and milliamps, and if you touch a chip and you discharge into it, you could fry the chip, okay? I'm not making any claims or statements or guarantees or anything with this stuff. I'm just showing you this for my own deal, okay? I'm just showing you guys how I did this, okay? So we'll take the casing off and we'll go from there. All right, guys. There it is. So what I'm trying to do through this entire thing is this is the J3 port. And if you can see it right there, they've just got a crap ton of silicone all along that. So what you need to do is you need to use a provided brush that they give you and very, very extremely lightly get that silicone off. This could be quite a process. So let me clean this port off and I'll get back. I did. Okay, guys. So I got the tuner installed, and this is a list of the tunes that I downloaded and put onto the chip. And I've kind of found that my happy place is the 80 horsepower daily driver tune. It's good stuff. I told you guys I was going to remote mount my switch. So we don't have people that we don't like asking questions about our modified trucks. So I ran the remote into there, and nobody's the wiser. It looks like a lighter. So anyways, see if my wife can get us rolling a little bit of coal off that mirror on the passenger side. Like it. It's fun. Anyways, guys, as far as the installation goes, that was a pain. I told you guys you had to clean off the J3 port on the computer. I think I probably installed it and took it out 4 times in the process. trying to get it clean enough, I used nail files, I used, what's that thing? A cuticle tool, I used tweezers, I used finishing nails, I used almost every tool I could get a hold of just to get the contacts clean enough. Now, when you guys are doing that, I showed you the contacts have got a layer of tin on top of the copper, okay? So if you scrape down past that tin, you're in trouble, okay? So when you're scrubbing it and you're cleaning it, all you're trying to do is get that silicone off, and you want to maintain the tin that's on there. And the reason why is because I read a bunch of people had complained that they had gone all the way down to the copper, and then the gap between the contact on the chip was too much, and so it wasn't making contact anyways. So all in all, getting the chip installed probably took 4 or 5 hours. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know also, I've got my basic gauges here. I've got a tranny, a boost, an exhaust, and a high pressure oil pump. Before I installed the oil pump, can you get them on the bottom gauge? Before I installed the oil pump, at normal, just like driving, it was 3 to 3,500 PSI. And now when I punch it down, like it'll hit 4. I mean, the boost is crazy. I'm hitting 22 pounds of boost on a 100 horse tune. The only downside is the exhaust is getting a little bit warmer than it normally does, but I just watched that and we're good. So anyways, guys, as far as the chip's performance, floored. It's amazing. I'm still throttling around kind of hard, so I haven't noticed if I'm getting any better fuel mileage, but I'm guessing that currently I'm not. So, and my wife, she's not much of a gearhead. She really couldn't care less about it. But we went on a date and she drove it. She drove the truck and she punched it down and it threw her back in her seat. I think we were on a 65 or an 80 horse tune. It just threw her back enough that she was like, whoa! And so she major enjoys driving the truck now too. It's a lot of fun. And it's kind of comforting to know that these tunes they're very powerful, but if you watch what you're doing, you won't blow up your truck, and that was the entire deal. So I'm excited to tow with this coming summer. I've got a travel trailer and some dune buggies and stuff I like to pull around. So anyways, guys, as far as the chip's performance, it's amazing. It's like 10 out of 10. Installing it is one of the worst things I've ever had to do to this truck. It was awful. Ford put the PCM where they did, and really and truly, there's a cable down there, and I believe it's for the parking brake, but it is completely in the way. So the first time I tried to get the chip back, or the computer back into the truck, it took about 15 minutes. You have to get taking it out, cleaning it again, and put it back in. So I finally got it to work, but we've had some cold mornings where I live, and go out and start the truck, and I'll put it on a 1200 RPM high idle when I start the truck, and it gets it warm twice as quick. So anyways, guys, the Hydra is an amazing chip. Give yourself a few hours to put it in because it does suck, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks.